the second floor, and we were the last ones out, and we heard boots walking behind us, like heavy boot steps.
Can you come talk to us?
To me, it sounded like Robert.
Is there anybody standing down here? Can you please stand in front of this camera so I can see you? We felt a lot of energy in here. We caught your picture.
This site was once occupied by a saloon and rooming house before 1885. A two-story wooden building on this corner was destroyed in the 1905 fire that swept through the businesses along Bridge Street. At the time of the fire, the reception was located here and was owned by David Cardano. Just after the fire, Cardano rebuilt his building with brick and quickly reopened his business, calling it the New Reception. Around 1915, it became known as the Star Hotel, or simply the Star. In 1957, Joe Mackey secured a long-time lease to the Star, after which he purchased the property. He expanded and remodeled the property, and a grand opening was held on March 27, 1958 for the new Star Broiler and Casino. In 1960, the casino was given a new external appearance with improved signage and neon lights. By 1968, another expansion was completed, adding another story to the neighboring properties the Star had already claimed in the late 1950s. Unfortunately, this structure was destroyed by a fire in 1978. In 1981, Bob Cashel, a former partner of Mackey's, obtained ownership of the entire side of the block fronting Bridge Street and rebuilt the Star and expanded the property. Several buildings were demolished to make way for the planned multi-story hotel-casino combination. Construction of the casino was complete and the Star reopened July 1st, 1982. Phase 2 included the construction of a 200-room multi-story hotel behind the casino, but that never happened. Unfortunately, the casino didn't turn the expected profit and the hotel was never built, and the building was sold to Humboldt County. In addition to event space, it holds the Humboldt County Chamber of Commerce Visitors Center and the Buckaroo Hall of Fame. Alright guys, we are here at the Winnemucca Convention Center where for a couple nights, we have been given permission to do a ghost hunt. This property has already seen countless amount of tragedies, from deaths, suicides, bloody brawls, fires, and even prostitution. This is where the Bar of Many Murders stood. The Bar of Many Murders sat on the corner of Bridge and 2nd Street for 113 years, where the convention center parking lot is now. The actual name of the establishment changed throughout its history, but the nickname is given from the countless amount of murders and other bloody brawls that spilled out into the city streets. This too was also destroyed in Winnemucca's devastating 1905 fire.
The Nixon Opera House stood on that property.
The Nixon Opera House was built in 1907. The Nixons served the community as an arts performing center and even housed Winnemucca City Hall. There is even a large swimming pool in the back. The Nixon was truly the center of Winnemucca. Unfortunately, in July of 1992, the Nixon was destroyed by an arson fire. The arsonist was never caught. The site of the Nixon Opera House is now the Nixon Lawn. Is this place haunted?
It sure is.
Where do you feel the most uncomfortable in this place?
In the basement.
What goes on in the basement?
Well, I haven't experienced anything in the basement, but it's just looks really freaky.
What have people experienced upstairs with the lady?
Okay. There has been somebody that has told me that you can smell her perfume when when you're in the bathroom area.
I hear there's two ghosts here that don't like each other. Is that true?
Correct.
That's
yes.
correct.
That's what we have been told. Yes.
For the first part of our ghost hunt, we decided to start in the basement, but most of the lights were motion activated and we were not comfortable with messing with breakers. So we were given a tour instead and found rooms that light switches were in.
See if you can get stick figures out of here.
During the tour of the basement, we learned that more than one staff member is scared to go in a certain room down here.
A millimeter in here. If there's anybody in here.
We're now locked in here with you.
Yep. We're now locked in here with you. Can you touch that device for me?
Oh,
Something just flashed in front of my camera just now.
did you catch it?
I hope so.
Unfortunately, whatever flashed in front of my camera, I did not catch, but we caught our very first EVP of the night.
We're now locked in here with you. Yeah. We're now locked in here with you. Can you touch that device for me? We're now locked in here with you. Yeah. We're now locked in here with you. Can you touch that device for me?
We couldn't really make out what the spirit was trying to say, but we're pretty sure the spirit was asking why. And unfortunately, this EVP was the only evidence that we caught while we were in the basement. But we returned for a night too. This is the room that the staff is scared of.
Are you here with us? We hear, there's an aggressive spirit down here. Can you make yourself known and knock something over?
Look very closely as you can see an anomaly go near the REM pod. And after waiting around for a little bit, we caught no activity with our REM pod. We decided to walk around with our XLS camera.
It mapped her. We hear you're down here. Is that true? Can you please show yourself? We'd like to see you. Look at that.
And not too long after we started our XLS camera sweep, we caught our very first stick figure. And unfortunately, this is the only activity we caught with our XLS camera. And the only activity we caught for the entire time we were down in the basement. But going back to the first night of our ghost hunt, we didn't catch anything on the first floor or the third floors, but we got some good activity on the second floor.
Alright, if there's anybody down here, can you tell me your name? If you talk into this device right here, we'll be able to hear you.
Unfortunately, we didn't catch any EVPs during our first session, but our second session we did. Listen closely.
We would like to talk to you. This is what we're here for. Are you in here? We would like to talk to you. This is what we're here for. Are you in here?
This was very difficult to make out during our review, but we're pretty sure we hear "I am." And after waiting around catching absolutely no activity, we decided to set a camera to record the REM pod on the second floor while we began an XLS camera sweep.
Alright, we're going to begin our very first XLS session of the night on the second floor of the Winnemucca Convention Center. Let's see what we can find. See, I'm not going to mess with any of those breakers downstairs, but you know how cool it would be to do it downstairs?
That would be interesting.
Right, if there's anybody down here, you know, this will see you. We'll be able to see you with this. Shopping cart. See, it's night vision. I can see everything that's in here in the dark completely. So. Come on, make yourself known. I hear there's two ghosts that don't like each other here. Make yourself known. We'll see you. Where did these guys go?
Right there.
Oh, yep. There you are. See, it'll map those guys. Will not map anything else. Has that gone off? No. It's gonna be a dull night. I'm sure my best capture was the museum though, bro.
Oh, we got a lot at the museum.
Coming back here. If you don't want us in your space, knock something over. Let us know you don't want us here. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and stop that.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, you getting that? You getting
Yep,
that?
yep.
And right when we both stopped the recording to change to 3D view, a stick figure appears right in front of us.
Second session upstairs. We're not gonna mess with any of the breakers because, well, there's some refrigerators, and I don't want to be the cause of everything going bad. So I'm gonna walk down here. Is anybody down here? Can you show yourself?
Oh.
Are you the girl? Entering this big ballroom right here. Alright, can you stand in front of us? Ashley.
Oh,
get over
Troy.
there.
Troy, go to the right.
Look very closely as we caught something at the end of this hallway, and we barely caught a stick figure in the ballroom.
Or the left.
Where was it at?
It was like on your left screen.
I hear there's a girl up here. Back there. Kitchen. Is anybody back here? We're here to communicate with you. We just waxed these floors, dude. Did you used to work here? Fuck that elevator. We had an experience with that elevator. I'm never going on an elevator ever again.
For the remaining part of our ghost hunt, we didn't catch any more XLS stick figures. There was no REM pod activity, and no other activity on the camera that we had set to record. But when we returned for a night 2, we invited a local ghost hunter from Golconda and a couple other special guests here in Winnemucca to join us. Okay, first floor of the Winnemucca Convention Center. Getting some really good spikes on this thing. Look at that, look at that. And shortly after our REM pod went off, Ashley was taking pictures and caught what looks like to be a woman appearing in the wall. Can you please come and talk to this recorder? Can you tell me your name? Unfortunately, we didn't catch any EVPs on the first floor, and walking around on the second floor for about an hour, we didn't catch anything either. But the girls, Ashley and Cindy, said they heard heavy boot steps chasing them out of the room. Alright, so what happened?
We were leaving, what floor are we on?
Second floor.
We were leaving the second floor, and we were the last ones out, and we heard boots walking behind us, like heavy boot steps.
See, that's funny because the staff that works here, they say they call this spirit Mr. Boots. And after catching absolutely nothing else, we walked around with an XLS camera again and didn't catch anything on the first floor and caught more stick figures on the second floor.
This will be the last time I'm ever in here. Scared me a little bit. You saw that one, right?
Uh-huh.
There's 2. Thank you.
And unfortunately, this is all the activity we caught with our XLS camera.
There's 2. Thank you.
One thing's for sure is the Winnemucca Convention Center has a couple spirits, but not a lot of them.
I also experienced sensations and feelings that I would attribute to spirit, what you might want to call ghosts, and I have been feeling that in here. I felt it there, and I felt it right there, and when you had your voice recorder going, there was just a blip of sound, and to me it sounded like Robert.
You caught a picture of a woman. You
I
caught her. Could that, thinking maybe that could be the lady.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yep. You guys want to say something?
It was good. I mean, Ashley and I heard some footsteps, and we had some interactions in the basement that everybody else missed. So it was actually quite fun.
So, as a special guest with the Convention Center Ghost Hunt, how do you feel about the Convention Center?
Pretty good. I feel it was cool to see the difference between the cafe and the convention center.
And unfortunately, anything that local ghost hunter Cindy Klein caught, we couldn't get a hold of, and it could not be in the video. But she caught some good activity.